writing comments on Heather McDonald's account about her podcast with Marciano and everything he said. In one of the comments, Demi accuses Heather of deleting comments about Marciano's criminal past. Heather says she did not. Demi says she knows Marciano did it. Demi says in the comments to Marciano, was your dad this big of a pussy too? I'm sure he's looking down so disappointed, and what an embarrassment you've turned out to be. She's since deleted that comment. His father is deceased, so it's just terribly disgusting thing to say. Then someone named Jeremy Green, who hosts a podcast called The Simplistic Show and who had previously interviewed Marciano, jumps in and says to Demi that she's about to get sued. Welcome to Cocktails and Gossip, the podcast where we drink cocktails, but you better believe we're going to spill the tea. We chat reality TV, celebrity blinds, and the hottest tea from BravoandCocktails.com. And as always, it's all alleged and just for fun. We do not verify our blinds. I'm B.
And I'm Amanda. Let's get into this week's tea.
What's up, cocktailers? Hello, Amanda.
Hi, B. Hi, cocktailers. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. We are fully in it.
And what's becoming a yearly tradition, we need to know, when are you making the salami bread?
You know, usually we do it Thanksgiving Eve because we retired our all night drinking shoes when we had kids. But I have friends in from out of town. So when I get off of here, I have to get ready and I'm doing a dinner with a bunch of friends from high school. So that's going to be so fun. So I actually made it on Sunday. So I had to freeze it and then I'll have to defrost it and the whole thing. But it's just, there was no other time.
Perfect. And I mean, if you're going out with your high school friends tonight, are you guys around?
I'm lucky if
Thanksgiving Eve a little tonight?
I'm just saying I'm lucky if I can remember to defrost the bread tomorrow and bring it to my cousin's house. No, it'll be fun. And you know how it is. When you're with your friends from when you're younger, a part of you always reverts to that. So I'll definitely have too much wine.
Yes. I love it. Yeah, I saw your post about that, and it was so funny because I was talking to somebody about that, about how just a few days before, about how big the night before Thanksgiving always was. It was the big night. And I think it was because
I posted a meme and it said millennials. Here's the thing. Gen X is 100% right. They did invent it. I consider myself, I'm a Zennial. So Zennials are people born from, I think, 77 to 83. So you're a Zennial too.
Yeah.
And what a Zennial is, for those of you that don't know, it's a mixture of Gen X and Millennial, because we were alive before the internet was a thing. For me,
I
got dial-up in high school. Yes, I got dial-up in high school. So I very much had the wall phone and
the AOL online.
Exactly. Yeah. But we're millennials because we also were part of the digital age. I'm an elder millennial. So I do have to give to all of you who DM'd me and were like, B, millennials did not invent Thanksgiving Eve as the drinking, whatever. You're right. It probably was Gen X. For all I know, it could have been the boomers. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's okay if they started it. We continued it, perfected it. I just got to know, Gen Z, what the heck are you guys doing?
First of all, I find it so funny. I don't know. I have my little cousin is a freshman in college, and I feel, based on what I see on her social media, I feel like she's dropping it like it's hot. The difference is these girls have a much bigger budget because she's drinking Surfsides and High Noons, whereas I was drinking Natty Light and Pop.
Yeah, and draft beers at the bar that I had a fake ID to go get into.
Kegs and eggs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never actually had the eggs. The first time I did kegs and eggs, I was like, where's the eggs? And everybody was looking at me like, oh, God, how'd she get into this school?
Oh, my God. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Wow, Amanda.
Yes. What?
Kandi and Todd.
Oh, yeah.
Todd. So listen, Amanda and I had been hearing this for a while. We posted back in April 2024 a blind. There was another blind that one of you guys reminded me about that people had assumed was, oh, geez, who did they think it was?
Was it Kim's back when?
No, they had assumed it was, I can't remember who. It'll come to me at some point during the pod. But they're like, yeah, people thought it was so-and-so, but maybe they thought it was the Aidens. I don't know. But yeah, we had a lot of intel about this. And then this week, we really had a couple of sources confirm it. So we did, before Kandi announced it, we did share cocktailers knew about the split. I think that if you're a Kandi fan and you kind of follow her closely, you've known, even though so she in the filing said she was separated since July. And I know just based on socials, that timeline sounds right. But she also admitted on her Amazon Live, like she said, this has been a slow burn. Like this didn't happen overnight. And I think we kind of all knew that.
Yeah. I think it's safe. You think it's safe to tell that story now, right?
Mm-hmm.
About that picture?
Yes.
Okay. We got an email. I want to say, this was like a year and a half ago. Don't quote me exactly.
I think we shared this on Cocktail Pod only.
Okay. We got sent a picture from a cocktailer who said, I swear I just saw Todd Tucker talking to some woman that I don't recognize standing outside of a car at the mall. And she said there was touching and hugging. I didn't see any kissing, but it seemed like a relationship situation, though. And, we followed back up and she's like, I'm pretty sure that it was him. You and I looked at the picture many times and both were pretty sure it was Todd, but we didn't post it for a couple reasons. One, there was a chance that it wasn't him. And two, it might have been him, but not in like a cheating situation because the cocktailer didn't witness any kissing, that sort of thing. And so I still stand by the decision that we made at the time, but it definitely makes us go back to that time and look at it sideways.
Yes. I mean, I feel like we held off posting. We did share a couple of blinds because there was a lot of chatter. Like when we share something of that magnitude, please know that it's not one rogue email, right? Like we compile stuff over time. And so when we pulled the trigger this week to post that, I just have to say though, we've been posting stuff and then the confirmation from people comes the next day. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if people are soft launching with us or what, but we thank you, whatever it is.
But to your point, we don't just launch it if it's one, like the whole Kyle and Amanda thing, because of course, people are pointing back at us saying, see, it's not true. And we've been getting a lot of
Summer House to air. Let's wait for Summer House to air. Guys, we posted about Kandi and Todd for the first time in April 2024. They confirmed it in November 2025. Okay? Mm-hmm. Over a year later. These things don't happen overnight, and there is another couple with a lot of assets to divide. Okay? So, but Todd, I always wanted to think that Mama Joyce was wrong.
Yeah.
The day after they announced it, Todd posted some meme to the effect of, you're the CEO of your life, hire and fire accordingly. And to that, I'd like to say, fuck you, Todd. Nobody knew who you were, Tucker.
Buddy, it's a bad look. It's a bad look for you.
You have 2 kids and you co-parent 2 other kids together. You have 4 kids between you.
There is nothing bad to say about you if you're Todd. You know what I mean?
Especially because Kandi does keep it classy.
Yeah.
And like we hear a lot of things, none confirmed. Atlanta streets have been speculating about him and Bambi. If you guys have watched Love and Hip Hop, you'll remember that Bambi was with Scrappy. Bambi starred in a film that he did. They seemed very cozy in pictures. I think it's pretty well known that they had threesomes. Apparently, he was also stepping out. Several cocktailers witnessed him on dates with women. One person said that she saw him on a date with a woman years ago. Another said that about 3 years ago, she saw him at Javier's in Century City at the bar with the lady. So I don't know what their arrangement was, but we do know that they've decided to go their separate ways. Yeah.
Right. And we know they had a prenup. For those of you guys who watched their wedding special, it was discussed. So they had both openly disagreed on camera about the terms. Todd went back and spoke to his attorney. He was questioning specific clauses and admitted that the paperwork made him uneasy. He said on the show, you can't be mad at me for dealing with my lawyer, and he has concerns. Is this effing personal or is it just business? Kandi then said, how is it personal to say that you get what you get and I get what I get? So one of the clauses, you guys will remember, was that Todd would have to move out of the marital home within 30 days if the marriage ended. And he said, how do I even get out of the house in 30 days? And, things got so tense, it felt like the wedding might not happen. He said, I don't want your effing money. I don't think there's gonna be no wedding. But as we all know, spoiler alert, there was a wedding in April of 2014. So they've been together over a deadline, and then they have had
Decade.
what did I say? Deadline?
Yes.
What the heck?
Obviously, you're channeling work where you have deadline.
I don't. I know. I feel like I'm like one of the few people besides you working today. I've been working all day.
Yes.
Sorry. They had Ace, Blaze, and then you guys know he was stepdad to Riley, and he had his own daughter, Kayla, from a previous relationship. So I think these numbers are from at the time when they got married, that Kandi's estimated net worth was at $30 million. Because of her music career, television career, and businesses. And Todd's was 400,000. I don't believe those numbers. I actually think Kandi's number sounds way low, and Todd's sounds way low too, because of all the things he's been doing since he's Kandi.
That's it. I just wanted to, so you said some of this, but one of you guys, shout out to Asia. We love Asia. She always gets me good stuff. She said that
she the Zooms. I love her.
Love her. She saw clips of him signing their prenup on their wedding special. I guess they've been circulating around social media. And basically, according to the clips, he gets no spousal support, no attorney fees, has to be out of the house in 30 days, and anything they made during their marriage has to be split 50-50. She said something that I also picked up on in the clips is that though Bravo cameras were rolling, her attorney also set up a personal camera to record and specifically asked him if he was being forced to sign this and if he was under duress. That's our girl. Get it, Kandi?
This is how it's done, ladies.
Yes. It is. Listen, marriage, if all of our unmarried girls, ladies, men out there listening.
Yeah.
So many things that Bethany Frankel has said over the years, I laugh at, and so many things I think she's so spot on. When she went on her rant about marriage being a business partnership, it is a business partnership. When you enter it with anything of your own, you need to protect your assets.
Yeah.
Period.
Right.
There is nothing romantic about it. It just is what it is. It's like if somebody loves you, it shouldn't matter. The thing is, everything we just said was 11 years ago, and they've created a lot of things. They've done a lot of ventures. I know in their divorce filing, we're not going to go piece by piece, but there was something where she said they have both accrued debts, right? Because not all businesses work out. Todd's name is on a lot of stuff. So I'm sure it's a very complicated split. I am sure, although her prenup is ironclad, that man is going to fight for money. He seems to really like the yachts that he goes on and everything else.
Yeah.
He's obviously worth a lot more than 400. And to be fair, he did help, and he was her partner in life and in business, and he should be entitled to some things over the course of their marriage. I always believe that.
I agree.
Regardless of gender, if you're the man, if you're the woman.
No, I completely agree. I think that, and it's not just that he was staying home with the kids while she was out doing stuff. He actually co-produced Broadway plays with her. His name was on there too. They own a trucking company together. Did you know that?
I know a person whose father owns a trucking company, and they seem to do very well. So that sounds to me like a very lucrative venture. But okay, so he didn't sit on his ass. He is not stayed. He worked. Okay. But my thing is, it takes money to make money.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So he wouldn't have been able to start a trucking company or produce a Broadway show without not only Kandi's fame, but Kandi's money. Yeah. So that needs to be taken into consideration. I don't know if 50-50 is a fair split, but that's not.
Yes, even if her money and her clout was used to finance some of these joint ventures, unless there's something else written in the business agreement that only a certain, he had only a certain amount ownership of the company, that kind of thing. Otherwise, he does deserve half the profits if that's the way their prenup is written, because even ironclad prenups wouldn't keep Todd from earning money during their marriage. I'm with you. Yes, he deserves. I just hope he doesn't try to
get
challenge
and try to go for stuff.
Yeah. And because guys, I also would imagine they have probably set up trusts. I would imagine already have set up trusts for all of the children. So there's going to be something, there's going to have to be some, let's hope he's not trying to go after that kind of stuff as well. But I did see that she is asking for child support.
So when I looked into that, because I saw that too, it basically means she's going to the language said she was going to let the courts decide, sort of thing. I don't really know what that means. But
yeah. Well, and it could be a situation too where, because, child support, I don't know if it works this way in every state, but you put your numbers down in this like spreadsheet and worksheet kind of thing, and then it spits out like a number. But there can be, any couple can make any different kind of arrangement. They could say, I want, my ex-husband or my ex-wife to pay 50% of agreed to costs like tuition and sports and clothing, etc. So child support it can come in multiple different forms.
And a couple of people DM me because Todd posts a lot of pictures with his children, and I hope it's just because he's a happy, proud dad. But people are like, do you think he would try to get more money by going for full custody? I would hope he wouldn't do that because, first of all, I don't think that he would win. I don't think there's a world where that would happen. But also, what Kandi said on her Amazon Live was, our priority is raising our kids. And the hope is that they can have a friendly relationship for the sake of all 4 children involved. And as an example, Kayla obviously is Todd's daughter.
She's launched. Yeah.
But she's Todd's daughter. She's older. She's 29. Riley's 23. But I don't see Kandi doing it. I would hope that Todd doesn't put anything into place where Kayla needs to feel weird walking into Kandi's house, or Riley needs to feel weird walking into Todd's house. I would hope that they keep it so that they separate their assets in a fair way and that everybody is comfortable
the siblings
moving forward. Yeah, because, Kayla and Riley are close. And at the end of the day, everybody's going to choose their biological, I would assume. Yeah. I don't know the specifics of Kayla and Todd's relationship, but one would assume. So you would just hope they keep it where that doesn't get messed up.
And I'm excited to see Kandi. I don't know if we call this her second act or her third act or her next act. We'll call it that. Post-divorce and taste of freedom and, kind of figuring out, I think you and I have had this conversation about the pressure to have kids before a certain age. And Kandi's had her kids, she's built a great career, and it'll just be interesting to see what she chooses for herself in this next step.
Yes. I'm with you. I hope it's Housewives, but I don't think it is.
I hope it is too. Yesterday, you and I were texting.
Oh my God.
Felt like the whole internet was popping off yesterday. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. For those of you guys who aren't watching yet or aren't caught up, I just want to do a quick summary of kind of what's happening on the show. It premiered November 11th, I think.
And we were all deep into BravoCon content, and traveling for BravoCon.
Yeah.
As our listeners, so it's possible that you're behind, but we're going to catch up.
Very possible. Yes. So, and anything I'm kind of saying to you guys is not giving you really too many, we're not doing a ton of spoilers. Even if you don't watch the show, it's still interesting drama. If you like the other shit we talk about, you'll like this. You just need to get a little caught up on what's happened so that you can pull out your popcorn and enjoy it while we're talking about this. Okay, so you guys might remember that the Mormon Wives went on a trip to Vanderpump Villa during their season 2. So season 1 had not aired yet when they went to Italy to film Vanderpump Villa. Hulu, I think, thought they were going to be a hit and sent them. During that trip, Demi, so you'll remember Angie
Cocktailers know all of this because we posted all of this in Cocktail Party.
Yeah. So you guys will remember Angie Harrington from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She was the blonde who's married to the kind of chubby guy who set up a fake account, etc. Okay, Demi is married to Angie Harrington's ex-husband, whose name is Brett. Brett is 16 years older than Demi, and he was friends with her parents, and that's how he met her.
Ew.
Demi.
He's hot, by the way.
He is very handsome. He looks a little like younger Brett Favre. Okay, so Demi, obviously married. When she was at Vanderpump Villa, she had a flirtation and possibly more. This is part of what's up for debate with one of the staff people and stars of Vanderpump Villa, Marciano. Then, after the trip, Jesse, who happens to look a lot like Demi, which caused a little confusion at first, but everyone, I think, is straight now. Jesse met up with Marciano in LA after, I think they both did Sheena's podcast. And
we also had this in Cocktail Party.
Yes. This one we kind of busted wide open, actually.
Went viral.
Because we were all confused. We're like, wait, it wasn't with Demi? It was with Jesse? Is that right? And then the cocktail was like, no, for sure it was Jesse. And so, yeah, busted that wide open. So Jesse shared a couple of kisses with Marciano. One of them was very public, which is where the cocktailer saw them, and then had an emotional affair with Marciano, even though Jesse was married as well to her husband, Jordan. So when season 2 ended, Marciano tells one of the other wives that he and Jesse had sex. And at that point, nobody really knew anything about what had been going on with Jesse and Marciano. Then season 2 reunion, and then beginning of season 3, Jesse denies the sex part and says we only kissed twice and it was an emotional affair. So now we're in season 3. The whole season pretty much is about unwinding and trying to figure out what actually happened. We get a lot more revelations, and we're following, obviously, all of the aftermath, including the fact that Jesse and Jordan are separated during season 3. Demi also then comes out and publicly says that Marciano, when they were at Vanderpump Villa, sexually assaulted her because his advances during that trip were not welcome. And the filming of, just to give everyone a little bit of a timeline, the Vanderpump Villa trip was in summer of 2020. Jesse and Marciano were seen kissing in September of 2024. Season 3 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives was filmed in March, April, maybe a little bit into May of this year of 2025.
So back to present day, me and Jesse hate each other. And this week on Heather McDonald, Marciano was on Heather's podcast, and he said that when the Mormon wives came to Vanderpump Villa, their show hadn't aired yet, so no one knew who they were. He said that him and Demi clicked instantly. She asked him for therapy sessions where they talked about their current and past love lives. During a game of Truth or Dare, he asked if he could kiss her on the cheek. She said yes. He says he was hyper aware of cameras and boundaries. Before she left Italy, they shared a quick off-camera kiss. As she left, she told him she loved him, and he said it back. They kept talking after Italy. And then we saw Marciano on the show a couple of times, and Macy and Michaela tried to investigate and figure out who was telling the truth. Then Demi starts crashing out and writing comments.
So literally yesterday or the day before, Demi starts crashing out publicly on social media.
And writing comments on Heather McDonald's account about her podcast with Marciano and everything he said. In one of the comments, Demi accuses Heather of deleting comments about Marciano's criminal past. Heather says she did not. Demi says she knows Marciano did it. Demi says in the comments to Marciano, was your dad this big of a pussy too? I'm sure he's looking down so disappointed in what an embarrassment you've turned out to be. She's since deleted that comment. His father is deceased, so that's just terribly disgusting thing to say. Then someone named Jeremy Green, who hosts a podcast called The Simplistic Show and who had previously interviewed Marciano, jumps in and says to Demi that she's about to get sued. We have some cocktail emails on that. We'll see where we get to.
Yeah. But. Okay, so that's a lot, right? But that's not all. So I guess sometime this week, Lisa Vanderpump was interviewed and asked about all of this and said, have you reviewed footage from Vanderpump Villa. And Lisa comes out and says there's nothing to Demi's claims that she was assaulted. So I'm going to take that one with a bit of a grain of salt, only because I don't think Lisa...
Well, Lisa has supported a lot of toxic men over the years.
Yeah.
Sandoval, Jax, James, the list goes on. So her comment doesn't really mean anything. I can tell you that somebody, and I reposted it, who was on Vanderpump Villa, she was a bartender. Her and Marciano did not like each other. They were not friends on the show. She came out and said, I don't like him, but the sexual assault thing is not true. And she was there while they were filming, so I'm just... Yeah.
Somewhere else, Demi posts a tweet or comment somewhere saying that Jesse is somewhere punching air right now because Lisa Vanderpump is talking about Demi and not Jesse. And then this is where things get cray. So Jesse then claps back with a video literally saying this on camera, Demi's husband, Grandpa Brett, likes to drink her piss like it's dirty soda, and he drinks it like water, and that's what Fruity Pebbles is. Because you guys, if you've watched it coming out, I want to say I can't remember if it was season 1 or season 2, there was something about Brett and Demi using Fruity Pebbles in the bedroom.
Yes.
So then Demi...
And it became very dramatic when somebody brought it up.
Yes. And then Demi comes out with a written statement on her Instagram. What my husband and I did one time behind closed doors was a consensual and private experience in our marriage. I won't let a private act between my husband and I be a distraction from a serious act that I did not consent to. And she's referring to the Marciano situation. I shared this information with Jessie in confidence nearly 2 years ago. It's very telling that she's choosing to break storyline and bring it up now, only after her own affair has come to light. This is nothing more than a desperate attempt to shift attention away from her own behavior. So Jessie then comes back and says, I love a good PR statement, shift attention away from what exactly. I've been the only one between the two of us that actually faced my story head on and shared the details. I'm not hiding from a damn thing. You're the one hiding, sweetheart, and everyone can see it. Okay, so first of all, I agree with Jessie because Jessie has come out and admitted everything and done it on camera. While I'm taking a breath after all of this story, like, what are your thoughts, B?
Demi's the one who didn't show to the reunion, right?
Oh, for season 3?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't know.
For season 2.
She didn't come for season 2.
Right.
Yeah, they said they had a lot of Disney.
And then after that, she came up with the sexual assault. Listen, as a general rule, I believe women. I think that she said this after all the stories came out about her cheating. She was fine with him publicly. The fact that, and I don't take Lisa's, because a lot of you guys, when I shared what Lisa said, I was just sharing information. I wasn't saying I believed that. I don't take anything Lisa says because I know that she supports toxic men. But there are several people who don't like Marciano who came out and said that it wasn't true. The chef who hated him even said this is not right. This is not fair. This is not okay. Yeah. The thing about it is that Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, on the whole, these people make up stories, lie, and then months later are like, okay, here's the real story. So I don't know. I'm hesitant to say I don't believe Demi. I do think she's crashing out majorly. I think her admitting that her husband drinks her piss is psychotic. I think she admitted that possibly to look like, see, I'm going to admit this really embarrassing thing. So wouldn't I admit if I had an affair? You can't go back now that you say.
You deflect. I don't know if that's the best way if you're going to engage in deflection.
Honest to God, it is like middle school, early years of high school, and these women are in their 30s. It's bizarre.
It's completely bizarre. Especially...
Not even the cheating, the nonsense around all of it, but the cheating too.
Oh, no, all of it. And the way that the other women are so involved as well, right? Because the whole focus of the season is Michaela and Macy lead the charge to figure out what really happened. And they're the ones who they go and have a lunch with Marciano, and then they go back and they give him a lie detector test. And it's like they're very much involved in each other's businesses when they all actually have things going on in their life as well. And I mean, and then, yeah, it's very entertaining to watch. Don't sleep on this show. It just got picked up for season 4. So there will be 20 more episodes, I think, coming in early 2026. And then
they
reunion.
Quick turnaround time. It is great.
Yeah, it is quick. The reunion is on next week on December 4th, and Stassi Schroeder is hosting, which
we will be covering the reunion.
Yeah.
Did they record that already? I think they did.
I think they did. Yes, because I think we've seen footage already of Stassi asking questions.
I do feel like they're going to get cameras up and get this on camera. And I don't know if they'll save it for next season. I think they have to give us something at the reunion that addresses this. I'm sure Stassi, who loves mess, would be more than happy to get a check and sit down with a couple of ladies and hash out this social media fight.
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing, guys, it's all just so... It's wild, just to say the least. And like, it's almost like Pandora's box got opened, and
yeah,
you can't, Whitney and Jen Affleck are in LA filming Dancing with the Stars. I think Taylor's off filming The Bachelorette. And they're all probably they show pictures of Whitney in her robe getting ready, like looking at her phone and laughing. Jen Affleck just records of a video of herself looking into the camera and laughing. It's wild.
I have to imagine that Bravo celebrities are quaking in their boots because these girls bring it in such a psychotic way. And you got a Bachelorette and not one, but 2 of them on Dancing with Stars this season.
Right.
Like, that's big. And it makes me think that it makes people on the Valley and Summer House want to up the ante themselves because you have to bring it, right? Otherwise, people may start tuning in elsewhere.
Yeah. And I think all of the shows that you just kind of mentioned, once again, I think we're starting to see that. I don't know if there was just a feeling that like the younger kids couldn't bring the drama, but we're seeing that, a Next Gen and a Valley and a Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, as long as there is an actual foundation of real friendship there, the drama, this younger generation seems pretty good at bringing it.
Speaking of Next Gen, it was so cool to see. First of all, Gia won Special Forces with Sean, the gymnast, right? That girl is the gymnast. I didn't actually watch it. I do plan on watching it, but I didn't watch it. I've never watched Special Forces. Congratulations to Gia. And like her whole cast, I don't know if every single person was there, but it looked like everybody was there at the party. They had like a viewing party. It was so nice to see. You saw her grandmother from her dad's mom, her Nona, Giudice. You saw her uncle, who looks just like Joe, Giudice. And then you saw Joe Gorga was there, and Louis was there, and Teresa was there. And, that was very nice to see.
Bravo versus Healy.
Bravo versus Healing. But I would like to note, not a peep about Jersey. Andy ain't playing. He is not picking cameras up just because they decided to play nice. Doesn't mean he will. Yeah, I haven't done it yet. And also, side note, Melissa's Cookies are in ShopRites all over New York and New Jersey now.
That's so exciting.
I'm so happy for her. I think, we have so many people who like break the law and act crazy and drink their spouse's piss. And it is sort of refreshing because people would always say, and listen, we're here for it, right? We're here for the piss drinking. We're here for all of the stuff that we watch and our mouth hangs open with. Right. But it also is refreshing to have reality stars who you actually would want to hang out with and who didn't have to like resort to breaking up their marriage or doing crazy shit to have a successful career outside of Housewives. So yeah. But
Well,
Not
and, like
only
with Gia, like I gotta give her flowers here because, of course, the reason she got the show is because she's a nepo baby, but that is not the reason she won the show. She won the show because she's a baddie, and
yeah.
she did that all on her own, and I think that's freaking like fantastic. She beat all the dudes too, you know.
Gia
Like
did not have an easy life. Just because you grow up in a fancy house with fancy cars, she didn't have it easy. She had a lot of quarrels in her family dynamic that she like lived through and was very involved in. We all watched it on TV. Both of her parents went to jail. Both of her grandparents died. Well, I know grandparents dying is a natural cycle of life, but like I guess because we watched it on TV. Her father's deported and lives in the Bahamas. I mean, her father has been gone since she's in 8th grade, I think. That's a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot. And I think we see a really strong young woman, and nothing is more evidence than her winning special forces. Like, she ain't your average rich kid.
yeah.
And not that she's even rich, because it's very similar, I would say, to like, it's funny because Kim Zolciak and also Ava Dash, they're Nepo babies by name, but they don't really have the financial backing of being a Nepo baby.
Right.
You know, like Riley Burris is legit. Her mother's multi. She's got a trust fund and everything. Charlie's got a trust fund and everything. Like our Brianna, why am I not thinking?
Ariana.
Ariana. I always confuse the names. Ariana, Gia, and Ava, their names got them on the show, but they have to hustle their asses to make some money because there's no mailbox money coming to them.
Yeah. Oh, good job. You used that perfectly.
I love it. I love that mailbox money. But Amanda, that wasn't our only the Kandi and Todd split wasn't our only cocktail tea that was confirmed this week.
Yeah.
In June, we posted a blind about Monique Samuels, the housewife
from Potomac.
Yeah. It said the housewife that we just heard is returning for the show's 10th season was fired from the radio station. She was allegedly having an affair with one of her coworkers, who also has been fired. He thought he struck gold because she had a rich husband, but the former NFL husband won the divorce settlement, so the returning housewife couldn't be his sugar mama and pay his child support if he left his wife. So we posted this, I didn't write the date, in June. So we're in November. And she was spotted with this same guy licking him or something weird, like romantic, but like weird, like not piss in your mouth weird, but weird. This is just my go-to. Everything is going to be like judged based on piss in the mouth.
Wes Wilson's a licker too.
He's such a licker. We have to say something about him too. Just a reminder that sometimes it takes, this is my reminder to you guys. Sometimes it takes time for people to file, confirm, publicly get caught. Like things in Cocktail Party, it actually brings me great joy. I don't go on Twitter a lot, but when people are like, oh, yeah, that wasn't true, and it's a week later, let's give it a few months, everybody.
Yeah.
You know, months later, we get confirmation. This intel doesn't come from nowhere. I'm just reminding.
Right.
Speaking of West Wilson.
Oh, wait, hold on really quickly on that topic.
Yes.
Day before Thanksgiving, which is today when we're recording, Christmas Eve, you know, whatever the last work day is right before the holidays, New Year's Eve, days like that are when news gets dropped. So, you know, the thing with Kandi and Todd totally made sense that it was shared on a Friday, because that's when these things, because they try to bury the news as much as possible if they have bad news to put out. So be on the lookout for other pieces of news is all I'm going to say.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me what you were going to tell us about what you were going to say about Wes.
I was saying about how people told me he was tall, like he was taller in real life, because he's always with Jesse Salomon, who's like 6'6", and Carl, who's very tall. A cocktailler told me that she's 6 foot and he's taller than her. She said he's probably about 6'1". I just find that shocking. He doesn't seem that tall, but also I guess Ciara's very tall and thin, so she looks like even taller next to him.
There you go. Maybe it's not just the BDE and he's actually a taller dude.
Somebody said when I reposted Todd's post about how he's the CEO of his life, they said, and this is no offense to all our short kings, but they said, oh God, Todd, stop acting your height. I'm like, you guys say the funniest shit to me in my DMs.
I love it. I love it so much.
We love you guys. We have a million things to get through. as you all do. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. You guys you're hearing this the day after Thanksgiving or the Saturday. We hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and we hope that you take time to decompress. The holidays are stressful. And I feel like I've said this every year on the pod, I love Thanksgiving. And now as the mom, the adult, the one like in charge of getting all the things done, I really love that it's just about like turkey and pies and there's not the added pressure of gifts like Christmas.
Right. I agree.
We have a month too. So like, let's get our stuff done. I'm like telling myself, but like, let's get stuff done so we can enjoy it. And I know holidays are hard for a variety of reasons. There are people that were here last year that aren't here this year or haven't been here for the last few years. It brings up a lot of emotions. So just try to take time for yourself, and whatever that looks like for you, give yourself some grace and love.
Yeah, agreed. And just know that we are so grateful for you guys. Really thinking about the last couple years of building this cocktailer community and doing this podcast and hearing people say things like, I feel like when I'm listening to you, I feel like I'm in the car talking to my best friends. Know that we're hearing you, we're seeing this, and we are so grateful to be a part of all of this and so grateful for each one of you guys.
We love you guys.
So happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays.
And keep your eyes on the site because Amanda's right. The holiday weekends are always psycho with gossip.
Yep. Exactly.
Till next time, guys.
What's up, cocktailers? We want to thank you, as always, for listening to Cocktails and Gossip. Because of you, we've hit some amazing milestones, had some hilarious conversations, and have grown a truly amazing community. If you haven't already followed our podcast, hit the follow button in the top right of your Apple Podcast player, the follow button under the show logo on Spotify, or the subscribe button on Google Podcasts. We thrive on you, our audience. So make sure to tell all your gossip-loving friends about us too. And if you want to get all the tea, join our membership cocktail party by going to bravoandcocktails.com/join. Our members get access to the exclusive tea we post, the weekly podcast without ads, plus another additional bonus podcast every week. And of course, members also get to join us on our monthly live cocktail party Zoom, where we talk about the latest tea and even share tea that's just too hot to put in writing. Last, but maybe best, our members get access to the Cocktail Party Discord, where you can chat with Amanda, me, and all of the other cocktailers as well. There are always some great combos and hilarious comments happening in Discord. Thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate you.